Awesome. That was so good. Would you mind sharing it with me again?
Okay, so
Here is like I heard with our words this morning, I heard you speak of the wobble, the wiggle, and the giggle,
mm,
but in different words, but the methodology happened in your body and you're sharing that experience.
mm, yeah, that would be it. So I experienced the wobble, which was I noticed the fear come up, and as I noticed the fear, I think to myself, what am I going to do with this now? And so that's part of the wiggle, right? And then I speak to the wobble with somebody that I trust, eh? And they then facilitate an awareness of trust in myself. And as she speaks the word trust, I experience that alignment in my body in the midline. Because with the wobble, it was like I was left side of my midline went left and right side of my midline went right.
Mhm.
So then there's that coming together. And then I realize with that awareness that I had a choice. I was very, very glad that I had somebody there to facilitate the choice that I wanted instead of going down the route of the fear of all the facts as to why, we were in a very vulnerable situation. And then with that 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 depth of trust, I think because of my always not not always my because of my facing the demise of my body at times in my life, I've realized that to really live fully despite that barrier, I have to break the barrier down and realize that life's options for life itself are there even in the passage of death. And that showed up in my dreams the other day. It was the night before last.
I felt the pain or the fear would probably be a bit natural. Like when Jesse said it is something that happens rarely, like when he was having the discussion with his wife, how do you train something that you rarely use? It's not like we move. You can't train your body to just realize it. It's the same minute that you think about moving. It's those new experiences coming up again, and then the ego will take its chance to say, "Hey, my time to shine." Fear. It's an opportunity. It will take it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. You can trust that.
Yeah. You replaced it. Trust.
Mhm.
Mm.
And that wobble was you were like that fear, and we never know like what started the thought or the emotion to it, right? But it like was there and just started to build, and that's like how a wobble starts, right? If a top is spinning, it'll just start to slightly wobble, and then it just picks up momentum and wobbles. And what we do is we can't see anything else.
Mm. Mm.
Sometimes we can get out of it ourselves, and sometimes we need others to give us something.
Mm.
Like for you, and it was instant. It's like, I felt it. What is this? And she reminded you to trust.
Mm.
And it was just like, floop. You said it was almost instantly. You could feel it come back together and like lock in. It's like, ah.
Mm.
May not have been a giggle, but it was like peace, like him.
Mm.
And the situation didn't change.
Mm.
Right? It's
But
still
those,
there. It didn't fix itself. It just,
yeah,
you oriented differently how you're feeling, experiencing it, knowing that it's coming anyway.
yeah.
So you can be fearful of it,
Mm.
which limits any opportunities, or you can be like open to it. And it's like that's what we can, that's the possibilities in all of our situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if she had said, "Well, it is scary moving," then she would have been feeding your ego.
Mm. Exactly, Lance. Exactly.
Oh, then you got to remember that, all future thinking.
Yeah.
Instead, she just caught up with it and say, switch over to the trust.
Yep.
And she neutralized the ego.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter how much we think about the moving. All that stuff will happen anyway.
Exactly. Absolutely.
It's a process until we're done with it, and then we move.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with the calm heart and head you have now, it's way easier
Mm.
in one way to do it because you got a straightforward focus that ain't clouded by fear.
Mhm.
Great friend you have.
Yes.
She heard what you needed and she gave it to you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
That was my
Oh.
grandmother's sneeze.
It was mine.
Bless you.
Thank you. The word is realigning. I've been working with my shoulders sort of out of alignment in one way, so
Mm.
I had to lie on my back on my bed, and that's one way I don't really sleep at all on my back.
Mm.
And all the twisting and turning doesn't really help it. Each morning it just feels worse.
Oh, shame, Heinz. You need my chiropractor.
Yeah, I don't like people that makes your back go.
No, but he doesn't. He does acupressure.
Oh, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he's really good. Such a lovely guy. I'm so grateful to him.
But I think it's a little too far for me to walk to.
Yes.
And pain doesn't really bother me that much. I learned not to suffer from it. I just need to get it back into place.
Mm.
It's actually worse with the sneezing because the whole body jumps then.
Mm. Mm.
and say that your share. Thank you for your share, Allison. Is that was created in the container of patience, neutral, and trust.
Mm.
Neutral being the charge is neutral,
Mm.
it's like uncharged, neither positive nor negative. The fear that was triggered was a negative charge, a limited charge. It can be prison. That's what fear does.
Mm.
It can grip us. And we didn't push it away. Even, I mean, that doesn't help, but you you went through the fear to come out in a patient or a neutral place. And she said the word trust. Your words that I heard was like you could just feel it reset your whole body.
Yeah.
Like it detached it, let go of that weight.
Mm.
Taking you out of the future thinking, right back to the present.
Good distinction of time, because yeah, there's a danger when we are fearful of the future, like what's going to happen in the future. And we create all sorts of fear stories, which means we will create how it will be.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's the same thing as, okay, what that brings up for me is that process within our bodies of neurons that fire together, wire together, is exactly the same as what happens outside of our bodies in our electromagnetic field with our vibration. If we're constantly emanating a certain vibration, it matches with that level of vibration outside. And so we build a cocoon. And you could say the quality of the cloth of the cocoon is either going to be so dense that you can never get out of it, which is a low vibration, or it will be a much higher vibration where there's just enough to keep the unnecessary at bay. The higher you go, the less sediment there is, right? Sediment all gathers at the bottom.
Mm.
And we don't realize that we're doing that.
Mm.
We don't realize that we've got a choice as to whether we want to do that or that.
And automatic just jumps in.
Yeah. Heinz, do you remember you shared with us the other day William Whitecloud's question to you?
Yep.
Okay, so that comes to mind for me with this. By him asking you that question, he facilitated your awareness of what you really want.
And in the
In the
middle of,
sorry?
I remember in the middle of RJ's course, you told us, well, the more present you become, the less you actually want.
Yes.
So when he asked that question, and this will be the last question assignment you'll get, what do you want? third? Why didn't he come with that at the first, the first question? This is the hardest question he ever asked. I don't know what I want. I have no clue because I'm starting to manifest time with my son. We're talking about him getting a room here when he's 18 and spend a couple of days a week here. So actually, life is happening now.
Mm.
Things I want is something that everybody wants. I want to win the lottery.
Yes. Yes.
And there's a big, it's like, what feeling would the lottery give you?
Oh, it would just give me the possibility to me and Chi buying some land and getting out there and doing some work. It's
There you
just
go.
for another expanding experience to have something to get up to.
Mm.
Now, is the lottery the only way that can happen?
Nah, it's the simple way.
Yeah.
Because when you got the definition for money, I really don't like money. It's just, oh, you actually need it sometimes. I have enough money for living, so why should I want more? It's just, it's sort of like a unnecessary want, I feel like.
Money is just a tool.
Yeah.
But I consistently hear land you need to work on that is deep in you. That is what you want.
Mm.
So
Yeah, like I told
whatever,
you, it's nice to own a own piece of land because I could run around butt naked. Nobody could blame me for it. It's my land, my choice. And the land I actually want just to give back to nature, to sort of grow trees again instead of making farmland, to sort of give back, make a place for the youth to actually come and enjoy themselves.
Mm.
I feel like everything I want is really truly actually to be of service.
Mm.
that's the main, that's the point of the umbrella. The top point of the umbrella. It's like service. Oh, it's like that's the feeling of it. So it's in that service. What shows up in that service? And that's how it opens up all the possibilities below it. And yes, we have to say yes to those possibilities. When our tendency is to say no, when our automatic is to say no, because, oh, that doesn't fit, or, oh, that doesn't make sense, or, oh, I'm fearful, I can't do that.
I feel that's why I really enjoyed being at my big brother's place. It was being of service to other people, and
Mm.
it was actually relaxing for me.
Mm.
And I guess that's because I went into my natural state. It felt relaxing.
Mm.
I feel it's hard to relax just lying here on the bed. It's actually tough for me. I feel like I would much rather be doing something.
Mm.
Yes, we are doers. Right? It's our energy. It's using that energy to create. sometimes we need that space, right, to go inside, because we can't do that when we're out in the world acting. Or but not acting, but like acting as an action.
Mm.
Oh, guys, I'm gonna step out. So thank you for your beautiful morning.
You have a blessed day.
Yeah, thanks, Heinz. You
Have a
too,
great day.
Allison. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. There's that song.
Eminem. I think it's the song to Haley on his first album.
Oh,
That's a long, long, long time ago.
yes. It is.
1998, 7. Ooh.
That's 27 years ago.
Yeah. Time moves.
It does. It goes too quickly. Way too quickly.
I remember driving home after being away on, what do you call it? Traveling for work. So
Mhm.
I was in the old Eastern Germany. So driving in my car, I remember that song that someone bought the album, and he just finished song the second album, but I like the first album way more. But great music, long time ago.
Yes. Music was always my anchor.
Same
My
here.
anchor.
Music can amplify one emotion. It's just if you're happy and
Yeah.
you put on happy music, you just get happier.
Yes, and it can, yeah, it can amplify and diminish and all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's like you hear other people have gone through something similar, or maybe in a totally different way, but the emotions behind it are similar. So you can
Exactly.
relate to the emotions they're singing about.
Yeah.
So where are you moving?
We don't know, Hans.
Oh, and it's really exciting. The excitement of finding out where to move to.
Yes.
Just gotta be open for the possibilities. And there's a lot. Even next door is a possibility.
Exactly. Exactly.
I remember when I told other people, oh, I just got a new car. Well, that's a used car. Well, to me, it's a new car.
Exactly.
I haven't had it before, so it ain't used for me. Perspective, perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we get a lot of here. A lot of perspective when we get to see other people's perspective at the same time. So it creates possibilities within the possibilities.
I would agree with that. And it's got so much to do with how we listen, right?
Yeah. And also how the other person or persons share.
Very much so, yes.
Open-hearted and with vulnerability.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. It's like when I was talking to my brother's wife, and she said, autism, it's been such a hidden word or something but it's like ADHD was 10 years ago. People don't really know much about it when it comes down to it.
Yeah. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie. Good evening.
Good morning.
Good evening to you.
Hi, Alison.
It's lovely to hear your voice.
Oh, it's good
It's
to be
just
here.
us this morning without Jesse. He was on for a little bit, but he needed to go. So it's just the three of us.
Oh, nice. The weeks and the days are just flying in, Alison. I don't know where the days and the weeks are going.
Mm. Have you guys been on your vacation with your dad yet?
We're just getting ready. We leave on the 16th.
Oh, how nice.
So I've got that to look forward to. Yeah.
What is it they say? Time is flying when you're having fun.
Yeah. Uh,
We were talking about perceptions and listening and sharing and learning.
With and from each other.
I think that's what we don't do enough of, is listening.
Mm-hmm.
Same here.
We don't.
Last time I heard from you, Ellie, you were having that mess or something with all that healing. How did Sunday go? As well as
Yeah.
Saturday?
My event that I had, yeah, probably the last time I was on here. I was on a
Yeah.
bit of a high night. I still had the Sunday to go, that's right. The Sunday was good. We had less people through. There was about 60, I think we saw 68 Sunday. But it was a lovely day. The end was good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Expanding others' perspective.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just being able to share what we have and the gifts that we have.
Yeah.
I've just been playing with this, as you know, Alison, for about 18 months now, and I don't know. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. That's me. So,
It's so good.
yeah,
That's what it's all about. Having fun and enjoying ourselves.
yeah,
Experiencing
yeah,
life. And then sharing it.
yeah.
So you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Mm.
Expanding life itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Creating possibilities for others to expand their life.
Exactly.
and their awareness,
Mm-hmm.
expanding their things. Because
Mm-hmm.
God, I've so much in the last 18 months about energy, and we can do all these things for ourselves. We don't need bioresonance or any sort of modalities. We do have the power to do these things ourselves if we can tap into that energy field,
But
But
those
just,
things,
sorry,
sorry,
Alison.
don't you think those things are all good tools so to your point, it depends on our awareness as we use them,
Yeah.
right? That makes me think, Heinz, do you remember? I thought this was such a good statement. RJ said to you that dope was just, smoking dope was just practicing.
He told me it was like training wheels.
That's right.
Training wheels. I wouldn't have that anymore.
What did he say?
That when someone asked him if ayahuasca or mushrooms or weed could expand your frequency, and he said, "Yeah, it has the possibility, but then it stops you when you reach a certain frequency, and if up until then, it's just like training wheels."
Yeah.
Nobody ever said anything like that in my entire life. As soon as I heard it, I just said, "No way, I'm not gonna drive with training wheels. Are you kidding me? Training wheels. I'm 48 years old. No way." And other people have said the same, but with different words. So you just need something that actually resonates with the way you're looking at life. And RJ is really simplified, so simplified, but still so high level.
Yeah. That's when you know that the person has embodied their work.
Yeah. So he was asking if it expanded their awareness when they were high on weed.
I think he was doing a talk with Peter Saber, and people were writing in, and someone wrote, "Well, do it lower your frequency?" And Adi said, "No, no, no. People can break through their awareness, but it's sort of like if you can go to the 12th frequency, and that's the highest you can take yourself." He exemplified. Well, with weed, you can only get to the 6th, and it's only like putting on training wheels to learn how to ride your bike. Oh,
That's so crazy.
Yeah. It's such a wonderful analogy, hey, Ellie.
I have to laugh. I have to tell you, right? So, well, I got my wisdom tooth out on Tuesday, which I'm not laughing about that because it was really sore. Oh, I didn't even. The dentist told me that I needed to get it out because it was going, like, would grow in the wrong way and was moving my teeth. So, anyway, long story short, one of our friends' dad's got MS, and his son makes him. He grows weed and makes him these jellies. Anyway, he come to my house the other day because he knew I'd been to the dentist, and he'd made me cookies. I had half a cookie yesterday afternoon because I had some painkillers, and I had half a cookie, and I lay on my bed all afternoon watching Netflix.
Good. Good.
I slept the whole day, and then I slept the whole night, and I got up this morning and I felt so much better.
Better.
And and I had to go into work today. I had no choice but to go in today, and I had the ward round to do. And I set my intention was my word for this morning. I set that intention on my way to work. There was going to be 48 patients I had to see maximum this morning, and I went in, and there was 3 of us on. And how many was on the list?
48.
Yeah. I was like, how can I manifest things like this so easily, and then other things in my life just don't seem to manifest as quickly as you want? What's with that? What's with that?
We were also talking about patience this morning, Ellie. Sometimes there's something better waiting for us, right? We don't realize.
Always got to be looking on the bright side. Always something, something else.
Yeah.
48 ain't that a lot of people to see during a day?
Well, that was
Yeah.
just to have taken this morning, like in the hospital ward round. I just had to go in and just do the ward round, go to the medical ward, the surgical ward, and just take bloods from the urgent patients. So 48 wasn't bad. I've like as many as 100. So
You can do 100 in the day.
yeah, that's
Whoa.
just in the morning, maybe another 100 in the afternoon. That's
Whoa.
between 3 or 4 of us. Don't do that ourselves.
No wonder people who go to the hospital are starting to say it's getting so unpersonal.
Mm.
You don't have the time to actually answer a question. Oh, how has your day been? Shh, I'm working.
Yeah, yeah. I love my job actually. I really do.
Mm.
It's the one I got to see 2 brand new babies this morning. One of them was only 8. I got to see him this morning. Axton, they called him. And I got to see another, like and then I went to the surgical ward and I know the staff there. So it was a good shift this morning. I set the intention for it to be a good shift. I was done for 9 o'clock, started at 7, I have to have care of my patients to do. So it was a good shift. Been a good day.
You manifest.
Yeah.
That's not.
What was your words for today? Did you have words?
Yeah, we had patience, trust, and
Yeah.
neutral.
I did realign.
And realign. Thank you, Hans.
But I really loved your story about trust, Alison, how you switch gear so fast.
Mm.
Alison, do you remember the kind of phrase that you came up with, the cluster of words that we all chose on a session, and it was to do with transmuting energy. When you transmute fear and then focus on creativity, not creativity, like vibrancy, and what else did you use? Can you remember that one?
I don't. So I'll just try the things that I usually go to. Would it have been something like collaboration?
It was something when you transmute fear
Yeah.
and then focus on
Well, if I think about it now logically, if you transmute fear, you're going to get to what the essence of life, the most powerful vibration that we have, which is love and compassion, right?
Mhm.
I can't remember that session, Ellie. I'm so sorry.
You were using the words like Pascal came with what was it? Yes, you had vibration, or was it Pascal? But you use 3 words when you can transmute fear into, and then you use the 3 words, and then you went
Yeah.
to by creating love. Love was a word also, but it was
Yeah.
afterward.
That's what it was. Well done. I'm so glad you remember that it was. What was the words we used? One of them was vibrancy. And
Yeah.
there was another it'll come to us.
Do you
It was
remember the times?
Yeah, I actually remember almost everything about we're doing. I just can't remember the words correctly because we do a
oh,
lot
it's
of words actually.
We do. We've got a lot.
sincerity, sincere.
Yeah, you're onto something there.
Oh, authentic.
No, it wasn't authentic. It
Wasn't
was
authentic. Okay.
serenity.
Serenity.
Okay.
Serenity. That was Pascal. Serenity.
It was serenity and then love. And when you
And
focused on 3 things, it brung the vibration, your vibration up from fear or something like that. It was amazing what you said, and I've thought about it a lot.
Oh, well, I'm glad it was good at the time. I'm so sorry I can't remember it.
it was like when we did the day with what do you call this? The soup. You sort of made a soup out of all the words we had done, and then
Yes.
you okay.
And that's why you can't remember, because you manage to do it so often. It's words, and then you find an amazing thing to turn it into.
Yeah. Hmm. It's so nice when we hear something that just resonates so well for us. Eh? That experience is really good.
Yeah.
They could be in patience. You can realign. What was the last word? Your what was your word, Alice?
Today,
Yeah,
my word was trust.
yeah. You can in patience. You can trust your realignment.
Yes. Yes.
It's so good when we play with the words that way because
Yeah.
it's grabs better hold in the heart than just the word.
Yeah. And if you really sink yourself into trust, then patience is there. It's almost like a no-brainer, as they say. You know, the term where they say, well, that's a no-brainer. It's just it's just so much part of it. Right.
That's what happens almost each day. Every word sort of aligns with the next word in one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
It creates a lot of possibilities for expansion then.
Mm. I must say, I do like that word transmute, Ali. It's a very powerful.
Yeah, it really is. I think that's why it stuck. And then what's the word? Serenity. I forgot the word again.
Sincerity.
Serenity.
Serenity. Okay.
Serenity. And I was that with that word, serenity, for ages. And then
Yeah. It's such a peaceful word, right? Ali, do you know that prayer that they call the Serenity Prayer?
No.
Okay, I keep on forgetting. I always get it wrong. Not always, but anyway. So it goes something like this. God grant me the courage to face the things that I fear. No, it's not. It's God grant me the courage to change the things that I can. Oh, sorry. I'm going to look it up because I'm messing it up.
Allow the things I can't, and give me the serenity to know the difference.
No, it's different to that. Let me look up now. Just serenity. Sorry about the typing, guys.
Is serenity a bit like what? How do you represent serenity? If as a word?
Yeah, so yeah, it just wait. Okay, here it goes. Grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change,
Oh,
the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
oh, I love that.
Is it not beautiful?
Oh, Alison, you need to send me.
You can find it online. It's, it's such a powerful refrain. It really, really, really is.
Do you want to read it again?
Yeah. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. And that's all you need in life.
That really is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And how often
And
don't we get caught in not knowing the wisdom between the two?
Exactly, Hans. That's where we get stuck.
and that's where our intuition is in, though, like our true knowing.
Yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
If things go wrong and things don't go your way, if you can look at them and think, well, if you turn back time, you would still do the same thing. You know that you've done it from the heart. It's when you look back and think you would do things differently, and that's when you start beating up on yourself.
Yeah.
Start actually consciously choosing.
Yeah.
That's when it all changes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You become the powerful creator. You are creating your own reality. You're, what's the word? Like pre-paving.
Yes.
Where you're going and what you're doing. Every
Yeah.
situation. Abraham Hicks talks about. I've started that, and it's really made such a profound difference.
Yeah.
My days.
And often when we think back about changing something, well, we are so much wiser when we're thinking back than we were in the moment we were doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We do what we know best to do. It's not like we're trying to hurt somebody when we're doing it.
No. Not intentionally, anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you do have to be selfish sometimes in life, and it's a horrible thing to say, and it's not a nice word. It's not got any nice energy about it. But you've got to look at your own energy first, because
So, Ali, I'll share something with you that I came to.
yeah,
I was
please do.
thinking about this all, so often about how can I rephrase this thing to myself in terms of, self-care and how do I balance?
Yeah.
And then I realized something, and I thought, okay, so we've all been given the gift of life, all of us. So my life is as precious a gift as anybody else's. It's all the same.
Yeah.
So you take away the separation in a way when you do that.
Hmm.
If you look at it as drowning, how can you save anybody else if you're drowning yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to
That's
start
such a
with, then you can pick up somebody.
Yeah.
But until you get your own life straightened, people will often say the word selfish is so negative, but actually it depends on how you look at it. Look at it. To be of service,
I think, yeah,
serve yourself.
exactly. Yeah. For me, there's a very big distinction between self-care and selfish. And selfish for me is connected to greed.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah.
closed circuit. You never get out of that loop. Or I mean you can, but greed is a closed loop.
Yeah.
Where
Just more,
self-care is open. Sorry.
I was
it's
just
just that
thinking of
more me. That's all greed is.
Yeah. And it's ego, right?
Yes.
Ego.
patterns as well. And a lot of the time we don't even realize these are some of the patterns that we've got.
Yes. Yes.
You know, like I'm like one of the most minimalistic people you'll meet. You know, like it's just it's crazy, isn't it? And it's not till you look at your structure and you look at all the different things where greed comes in, because money, you know, it causes greed, doesn't it? That's what I see.
Don't think of it like that. It's not the object that causes anything. It's not the object, it's not the system. People are behind all of those. It's how we use it.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's really important, especially in terms of money. For me, I think. Like it's so essential to providing shelter and food, which
It's
is, those are so essential and and if we're going to preserve the gift of life, we have to be able to house and feed ourselves.
Yeah.
Mm.
100%. And the more we have, the more we, we and
There's a great example of that online, Mr. Beast. The more he gives, the more he gets.
yeah, it's true though. The more we can do and the more we can help, it's just the way it is.
Mm.
And it's just energy, right? It's just an exchange of energy.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Is it Think and Grow Rich? What is it he says about money? There's a saying that he says in that book about money, and it was kind of try to think what it is now. I need to think the quote. I can't think. That'll come back to me.
Mm.
But yeah, Think and Grow Rich. That was a good book I read. It's just a little book, and
Mm.
someone gave it. Was such a good book. It was didn't really understand it to start with, but I just persevered and kept reading it because I was told it was a really good book, and it was.
Mm.
It teaches you a lot about your money structure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. like I'm teaching my son, true riches is what you can spend on an island all by yourself.
Mm.
And you know, I think what people initially struggle with, because I think those layers are quite subtle, but you can have people that are extremely rich and that keep on expanding, and they expand in their service. They use them, it's what they use the money for.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, I I need to leave for this morning. Are you good for us to end, or would you like me to see if I can make somebody else a host?
No,
I'm
I'm
good.
good. I'm heading. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, it was wonderful. Thank you so much to both of you.
Have a good night's sleep, Ellen. You have a blessed day, Alison.
Thank you, Heinz, and you too. And go and imagine what you want to do.
Yeah, before you do it, just set your things. You do them today and see how you go. It's been good. I'm gonna set the intention of sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
night.